All right, Colin. I guess we're live. We're on Google Hangouts. It is June 13th. It's Rusty's Metals and the Gearology. Colin Hayward. How you doing, Colin?
I'm doing great, Rusty. Hope you have a good weekend after our hangout here.
Oh, it should be all right. I just trying to make money online as usual.
I know it's a slog sometimes, but you keep plugging, you'll do it.
Right? Not enough people see these Hangouts.
Well, it takes time. We'll have to be more regular in our videos. So we'll do a quick 10 or 15-minute one today and get it up there.
Right? All right. So I'm gonna do a I'm gonna do a screen share so you don't have to look at my mug.
There we go.
Okay, it appears that, oh, well. All right, I'll figure this out. I have to be the director now. All right, so it appears that my screen is showing this Precious Metals Hub or Rusty's Metals. Okay, let's move straight to the charts here. It's been a couple weeks since the last time we spoke, Colin, but I'm still sticking to my guns that the powers that be will dump this one more last time before the silver fix ends.
Okay. I'll take the other side of that. They might. I mean, I think that the odds are lower now than they were 2 weeks ago that that's going to happen. I think we've seen the lows, as your chart shows it there, and that we're going to go higher from here through the summer and then go a lot higher between the summer and the end of the year. Obviously, all we're doing is making our best guesses, but for me, the environment, the macro environment, and and everything else is as bullish as I've ever seen it for silver and gold. In today's world, it's the only reason it doesn't go to the moon already is because of the manipulation, as we've talked about in the past. So the chart says what it does, but I think that the odds have flipped in my mind, where before I thought the chart was so ugly 2 weeks ago that it could fall off and go to 17 or 16 or 15 without a problem. I think that who knows if, from what I know, the odds that that's going to be tried even has diminished, but time will tell.
Yeah, anything could happen.
I'm afraid so.
All right, so I forgot to be the director and click on your picture there when you're talking.
Yeah,
I gotta remember. I gotta remember to do that. Anyways, okay, so my chart's still up, and I just want to explain what happens when the price goes in between these lines over and over again. It's like a corkscrew, and the price gets really tight in these little small spaces where we have resistance and support. So the price is being corkscrewed between these two spots, and we're coming to a point where the price has to make a decision, up or down. So what I'm saying is, very soon we're going to have to see a big price movement, because when these prices break out of these constraints, it makes a big move. Like I said, my bet's down. I think that they're going to pump this down one more time to cover their shorts, fixing is coming to an end and what's going to be the ramifications for them is just a slap on the wrist. So I think they'll try it one more time.
And that's cool. I mean, I'm taking the other side of that. So we both.
Yeah. Now it does look bullish, and I have to agree with you. But
That when the price and the shorts will be a lot of short covering.
oh, I lost you.
I lost your audio too.
All right, go
Well,
ahead.
no,
You're back on.
no, I'm of the opinion that we're going to go up rather than down. So it's cool that one of us is going to be right and one of us is going to be wrong in a couple of weeks or so.
Right. So the other thing I want to touch on is I do agree that it is bullish now. I would agree. As every day I did a little synopsis of the chart movements, you can tell that the price fixing is still in effect because they would gap the price up every day. Every day they would open the price up, open the price up, and it's obvious where they want it to go. But here's my synopsis as well. It's to complete this pattern. It has to hit this downline one more time. Now where it goes from there is going to be a mystery. But I see it hitting this line, and because I think it's going to go down ultimately, I think it's going to pop out, and there's going to be a bunch of traders jumping on the train. And what's going to happen is all these traders that are going to be hopping on this train are going to get cut short, and then all of a sudden they're going to dump it. And I've seen that happen many times. So that's my ultimate synopsis for the next, let's call it a month. I don't know.
Right. Well, it's hard to say. I mean, we could have a major event that just pushes everything up and beyond the moving averages and just wipes out all the shorts, and who knows? I mean, these are things that can override even the manipulation. You can see how they manipulate it every day just by capping the price on both gold and silver. So, like I think what 1275 is what they've been capping gold at right now. And you go up and it hits its head constantly at 1275. They just, they put their algorithms at 1275 and the darn thing just doesn't go past it. And the same thing with silver. So, it's a game that's coming into the ninth inning, I think, of the whole of it all. I think we're in the ninth inning. I think that to predict when the bottom last out's going to happen is hard to say. But right in this neighborhood, like you're showing on the chart, what we're seeing is we are looking at the play out of the ninth inning, I think, of this 3-year correction. And it's going to be up for now for quite a while because I think this is it. I mean, they've already done I mean, we don't know what they're thinking, but they may have thought to get it down to this point, this might be on even what they were hoping for because they pushed it down below the cost of production, so it's ridiculous.
Yeah, remember last year when they did that same thing, that the prices went below price to production. All that happened was the physical price went up.
Yeah, I mean that disconnect between paper and physical. I mean, there's so many other things that have come out into the light of day. I think that just in terms of even both silver and gold are more scarce in terms of investable metal today than they were a year ago. It's just a fact.
Yeah, I think that commission or the margins on precious metals physical is right around 6% average. So we'll have to test that. If prices go down, we'll have to see if we get a big disconnect again.
Yeah. there's a lot of things to keep an eye on. And the one thing I'm encouraged with my scenario is that uh, the stocks are indicating that the metal price is going higher rather than lower.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you.
So we'll see if that's not a key indicator for the next month, and not rather than being a false move, but it's probably correct. We'll see though. Obviously, you've got a 1 month window, and if we have another hangout in a week or 2 weeks, whatever, we'll just update your chart and we'll see where we're going.
Okay, so here's gold, Colin,
Okay.
on the screen now, and I've said over and over again that this is a very bullish pattern. This there's two things that I'm looking at here. It's a W, huge W pattern that's lasted over a year, and we're coming out of that W now. So it's a W pattern. It's well known with traders. And then we have, in a smaller sense, this starting here, the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder is completing. If it does complete, it's going to come up, make a little U, and then a catapult.
Right.
But one thing that I noticed is this rising star candlestick pattern. We have a huge down, a consolidation quickly with a very low trading range, and then a burst out. It's a rising star candlestick three bar pattern, and this is a weekly chart, so it's a very significant pattern. I would have to say very bullish.
Okay.
Two chart patterns and a candlestick pattern, indicating very bullish patterns.
Well, it's amazing when these patterns can even show up in a highly manipulated market like this. You can just see the fundamentals of supply and demand even exerting itself here. I mean, here is the base that's being formed for the next big move, and that's what I think is going to happen.
True. I hope everyone gets their gold because they're not going to be able to find it.
Yeah, it's right now, this summer, I mean, even this month, who knows what July is going to look like. I mean, right now is the ideal, perfect time to be accumulating, physical precious metals, stocks if they know what they're doing and like to go that way, but physical silver is easy to purchase still, and physical gold, I think, is you're not going to get a better price maybe ever, right, from right now.
Right.
And that's it's easy to say that, but I don't think we're far off from being correct, and we're not the only ones saying that. The only thing that you and I are, or at least I'm saying a little bit differently than a lot of people are saying, is I don't think we're going to see a low lower than what this chart is showing in July, which a lot of people seem to point to. And I get it, because July has been a traditional month for a low. I just don't think it's going to happen this year.
Well, this little two points on each line there, you can see where the price has to come out of.
Uh-huh.
And that is a sort of ascending triangles already. So it's going to be it's going to do one of these corkscrews again, and then it's going to burst out. But my traditional sense is it has to have 3 points on the line before it can make a move. Because price needs to wind up, wind up, and then burst out. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just the way I make sense of it.
I see. I get it. I mean, I think and that could very well be the case that still occurs, But like it's just so difficult. I mean, I used to be, for the first 8 years of the bull market, I mean, TA actually worked and it was nice, and you could, buy the dips and all that stuff, and it's just gone to hell in a handbasket as far as charting stuff. Now, the only charts that I really like, I really love monthly charts, and I really still like weekly. I mean, the daily, I really kind of just don't know what to do with anymore. But the monthly charts, when you go to monthly, I mean, you get a much less manipulated picture of stuff, even though it's still there. What do you got there, monthly or weekly?
There's the monthly. The thing is about weeklies. I like trading on the weeklies,
Yeah,
and
I
then the
used
month, and then I refer to the monthly. So yeah.
yeah, I used to use weeklies to make buys before 2008. I used to use it to find the the oversold points, and that worked pretty well.
So that yeah, there's the monthly chart. Each candle is a month long,
Right.
and you can still see the reverse or the W pattern, reverse head and shoulders. So basically our breakout point is I would say right around 1325. Anything above 13 is going to be great.
Yeah, and and the other thing I do use a lot of still is point and figure charts, and that gives you some really good help on breakout numbers. But on this chart here, for example, the head of your head and shoulders reversal, that's your little fake out, or whatever you want to call it, or down below the previous low where everybody goes, whoa, and then it comes back, That I think was a flush out, possibly. But time will tell, obviously.
Yeah, anything can happen. You can see on the weekly chart where that rising star 3-bar pattern was happening right around in here.
Right.
We have, what's it, the 12th or something? No, the 13th. Wow, it's Friday the 13th again. We still have about 17 days for the month to end. If we could get this green candle all the way up above 1300 within this month, we could see 1400 within a few months after that.
Exactly.
That's my synopsis on that one.
Well, yeah, I agree. I mean, you can see it easily on like a point and figure chart. You can see it. Well, what's that? What's the top of those of the base building bars? Is that around 1400 or 1300?
Oh, down here?
Yeah, right there. What's the top of those? That little bit.
The 1300 is the. I'm gonna go ahead and just say that this bar right here.
Yeah.
And do the 50% rule.
Yeah.
Right around 1300, and then over here you have a meeting. You have a meeting line, which is a emotional spot. So just right above 1300.
Okay.
And then you have this point here.
Uh-huh.
And then you have the middle of this big long bar.
Right.
And then you have this indecision right here. These are all right around 1300. So
okay.
Anything above 1300, and you know how they are. They push it down below 1300, and all that does is China buys more. So I really don't see the point.
I know we need to keep this short, so my last point's going to be the reason these big numbers always get become a big deal with gold particularly are the options expirations that these people play with. They want to have all these options expire worthless. That one trader over in Germany, whatever, wasn't he nailed for doing that for his own company?
Barclays, yeah.
Maybe it was England, and they're ruthless. They don't want to lose one dime on the options they're writing. So they will collude with their friends or whatever you want to call it, get the price, work the price down, have all the options expire worthless at 1,300. You know it's going to close on that day at 12.99.50, and
Yeah.
it's just the way it goes. Unfortunately, it's because there's no sheriff in town, and until there is, assuming there ever will be, uh, this is what we have to deal with.
So yeah, there is no one that is held accountable anymore. But I think Germany's on the hunt, though. They are trying to make sure at least their currency does not go back to zero because they know what it feels like.
I can't disagree with you. It's kind of amazing that Germany is going to be the
What?
company or the country that comes to the
The watchdog.
rescue. Yeah, amazing, no? But I think you're right. I think they've got more of a uh, fear of what could happen if they don't get on the stick and do something. Where, like you said in our pre-conversation, the people in the United States, England, whatever, are pretty clueless.
Jim Willie keeps saying that 10% are awake and doing something about it. The others are either know about it, not doing anything about it, and the others are clueless.
Yeah, and as I said before, I think that 10% number is high, but I'll go with Jim Willie. I like him.
He's fun to listen to.
Yeah,
So, all right, Colin, check out that carrot bars for me and see what you think.
I will.
There's a slew of information for you. It's free to join, so check that out for me and see what you think. I'd like to see you. I'd like to see you get involved and see if we can team up and maybe make some money.
Yeah, well, from what you tell me, it looks interesting. So I'll definitely make some time to do that this coming week, and then I'll get back to you.
Cool. All right, so I guess we should call it a day. Try to make it every Friday at 1 o'clock. It would be awesome.
Yeah.
I know
Um,
I know I was late today, but
no
I had some
worries.
problems.
No worries. Take care. Have a great weekend.
All right, Colin. Is your website still up? The Gearology?
It's there. Uh, it's not. I haven't. I don't know if the transaction will go through or not right now. It should go through, but if anybody tries it and has a problem after they email me.
Yeah, email Colin if you need to buy a shirt from Gearology. There's some nice
Uh,
shirts over there.
Gold, silver gear, caps, shirts, etc.
Right.
We're getting ready for the
I,
next. We're getting ready for the next big explosion. Okay.
yeah, I still want to get one of those hats.
Yeah,
I I, I,
you need to
I
send.
remember I wanted one of those.
Yeah, send me your address, and I'm going to send you a hat. Don't worry. I don't think I've got your address, so you're going to need to do that.
Okay. All right. Well,
All
I'll
right.
see you. I'll see you in a few days, Colin. And
All right.
keep in touch. Don't be a stranger.
Thanks a lot, Rusty. Take care.
All right, bud. See
All
ya.
right. Bye-bye.